Hello, and welcome to That's Gross. I'm your host, Scott Gross, and today I'm joined by Hiba Sikander, and Hiba is an exchange student from Pakistan who has spent several months here in the United States living with a host family in New Boston. And in our prior show, we talked to Hiba a little bit about Pakistan and some of the misconceptions that maybe some of us in the United States had. And I know when we saw photographs of the mall and of your house, it seems pretty similar to the U.S. But on this particular show, I wanted really to talk to you about your experiences in Goffstown, in New Boston, and some of the trips that you've taken, and really what you've learned about everything. So, I guess you get off this airplane, right? And you're an exchange student, and so you're a part of this exchange group. Where did you land? So you came from. Obviously you took off from Pakistan. You landed where? Was it New York?
So actually, I can say like I actually bounced when I was coming here.
Yeah.
So we first went. We first took a connected flight to Dubai, and from Dubai to we went to DC, and we also again had an orientation there. So we stayed for like almost like 3 to 4 days, and we got a chance to meet other students in DC. And then we also then I flew alone. And I took a flight from New York. Like I first landed to New York, and then I went to Manchester.
Wow, that's a lot. And that probably was a really long day of traveling, right? And tiring.
Yeah, and still I did not end up like meeting my host family because they were actually on camping. So they felt like I would not feel comfortable like meeting them and just like going for camping the next day. So they asked my program that if I have like a temporary host family. So then I stayed with a temporary host family in Bedford for 4 days, and then they came in Bedford, and then they picked me.
Okay, so as you mentioned before, you come from a city that has 23 million people, so it's a lot of people, kind of crowded, right?
Yeah.
Tell me and I'm gonna bring up a photograph here so the viewers can see this. So tell me what's going on in your mind when you are driving through Goffstown, going to New Boston, and you see this picture of this house. What's going on in your mind?
Okay, first I want to share about when I was in car and what I was feeling. It's so hilly. It was going like this. Yeah. In Karachi, it's like so flat. So that was the very first thing, and I was like, okay, it's like a ride, because like it was like a shock for me because I never knew that there like are roads like that are going like up and down every time. And when I see the house, oh my gosh, I felt like first thing my dream came true, and
yeah.
I was like, hey, there's my American house. So it was pretty exciting, but actually I was scared of one thing because my host family, they have a dog and a cat, and we don't pet animals. So that is also like one of the different things that we have. We have like street dogs, and they're pretty wild.
Right,
so most of the people are afraid of them. So I was scared because, like
you're not used to it.
If there's like like new person who come to your house, so like your dog like it start barking and stuff. So when I opened my house, and she was literally jumping on me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it was the end of my life. Like I felt like that, seriously. But then they were like, oh, it's okay, Maggie, and like then so that was like first culture shock on a very first day. But now it's the sweetest dog. Like
So was it a lot quieter than where you're from?
Yes. Yeah. So it's obvious like in my country, I can even like listen like voices of like cars and like people, even like if I'm sitting inside of my house. But here I was like kind of scared, and like I was afraid because there were no any people around.
Yeah.
And I literally, whenever my bus, it drops me like a street away from my house, so I literally like run towards my house because I feel like so scared because there are like woods all around you, and there is no like any people. So that was like pretty strange for me in starting. But now it's all fine. Like it's not like a big deal now.
So how long was it before you actually came to Goffstown High School? How long did you stay with your host family before school actually started?
Oh, so I actually left my country at August 25th. And I actually met my family on September 2nd. And my school started on September 3rd.
Oh.
So I did not even like get a lot of time to like even talk to my family. And the interesting thing is this, that I did not even knew that where am I coming here in America. Like I knew that, oh, I got selected But just 3 days before my departure, I got to know that, oh, I'm coming to New Boston, New Hampshire.
Really? So, I mean,
Yes.
how would you pack for a trip like this then?
I literally, when I got that email, I rushed to the mall and I was shopping. I actually like started shopping a little bit, but I was not actually mentally like ready for it.
Right. Because there's a big
So-
difference between you
Yeah.
could have ended up in Florida or you could have ended up in New
Yes.
Hampshire, and that's
Oh,
significant.
and one more thing. So before my permanent family, I got to know that I'm going to Georgia, which was my temporary family. So I, like Georgia, it's like pretty warm
Yeah.
and it's not like that cold. So I actually did shopping according to it. So I actually rushed for my like winter clothes and stuff when
Yeah.
I got to know about New Hampshire. Okay.
Well, you mentioned a little bit about clothing, and I wanted to bring up a picture of you. And so this is a dress that you're wearing, and is this something that is a ceremonial type dress that girls and women in Pakistan would wear?
Yeah, so actually it's like pretty different as compared to here, like jeans and shirts. So and especially like dupatta, we call it dupatta. It's like a scarf. So it's like a part of our dressing. Like if we don't wear it, so we feel like kind of incomplete. So it's like a part of our dressing. So yeah, and we have a lot of fabric works, mirror work. So we love fashion and stuff. So especially whenever we go, like here, I can see like that here people when they go, they look for the like what is written in your shirt and like that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
But in our country, we are like, oh, which kind of design is on it? Like which kind of work is there? Like thread or mirror or like different stuff. So we look for other stuff when we go for shopping for our clothing.
That's interesting. So you started September 3rd, so you've been here pretty much for the entire school year.
Yeah.
Now, and you're going to be heading back pretty much at the end of the school year,
Yes.
right? So I wanted to chat with you a little bit about your experiences here at Goffstown High School, and in this next photograph, I see that you're standing in front of, it looks like the gym, and you're. Tell us a little bit what clubs are you involved in, or what did you get involved in here at Goffstown High School to kind of assimilate to the American culture?
Yeah, so when I first came here, I just like, okay, I need a list of clubs. I want to be in club very badly. So I joined newspaper club, and I was in student ambassadors, and I was also in theater club, and I was also in one more. I don't know, like I don't remember that one. Sorry.
Must have not
but-
been that good then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I left it later on.
Yeah.
So I just like joined like 3 or 4 clubs first, and I was like working. I was staying after school, and it actually helped me a lot in making friends because it is like one of the like part like where you get to like know other people and like make friends. So that was also like my main goal, to make friends and to be involved in my school, and that was only for first semester that I worked on. Now I'm actually a part of a student council, so I got I asked them that I told them, hey, I'm like interested in organizing stuff, and it's even like back in my school, I'm like a main person who organized everything and
Okay.
who's like
So
in charge of everything.
you're a leader, and I can almost
Yeah.
get that from the conversation. So speaking of leaders, this next photograph I'd like to show is a you with Principal Frank McBride, and it looks like he's wearing something around his neck. Can you just describe for the audience, what he's wearing and why was he wearing it?
Okay, so first, what is he wearing? So he's wearing a shawl which is called ajrak, and it is considered as a part of our like a main symbol of our culture. So it's like the design that you can see on it, like red color and blue and like white. So it's like a special design, and we make it. We do like this kind of design out of different spices. So not like eating spices, but different like paints and stuff. So it's like and it's like a really special special for us. So I actually do. Why is he wearing? There was a like International Educational Week in the month of November. So that was actually a week for exchange students to promote their culture and to clear misconceptions as much you can. And I actually took like benefit of it, and I actually gave like 72 different presentations during that
Wow.
week. So I did henna. I just henna on like more than 80 students in my high school. I gave like so many vocal presentations on like Prezi and PowerPoint and like.
I'm gonna show the viewers. There's a picture of you that you
Yeah.
gave me, and this is a picture of you, I guess, doing a presentation on Pakistan to the students. And what was the students' reception to these presentations that you did? Was there interest? I mean, did they ask good questions?
Oh yeah. So in my high school, like this one, in Goffstown High School, nobody has ever done a presentation like this before, like in terms of exchange students. So they were actually pretty excited and so curious that number one, why is she giving presentation? Because nobody has ever done this. And second, like, oh, that's so cool. Like, this is so different. And it really shocked them because our culture and like everything is so different. And so they were actually like pretty impressed because there were a lot of misconceptions that they were thinking, and then it got cleared. I also like actually gave like a big presentation where I just like sent emails to different teachers, and then I said that, oh, this period I'm gonna give a presentation in theater, so if you want to come, like if you want to bring your class, so I would love to give presentation.
Yeah.
So that was like a huge presentation.
Well, it's amazing that you were able to do so many presentations, and it's my understanding I have this photograph of you. I guess you're doing the morning announcements.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt that you have. I think the viewers can see that you have leadership that oozes out of you. But I learned that you were selected. So in terms of, you won some competition in terms of impacting or influencing students in the United States based upon your time here as an exchange student. Can you explain a little bit about that? I think you went to Disney,
Yeah.
right, as a result of this?
Yeah. So also like because like our program, it is like because you need to tell people that we are nice and like not to judge us because of like because of country's name or other rumors. So it's like also like it's like a part of our duty to do it. And because like it's also like called as an exchange student, and we are exchange students, so we should actually exchange it. Most of the students, they just like come and they study and they just like learn actually, but they don't teach. So that was like our pretty big goal, and my program obviously they saw my work, and I kept on like giving my updates and report about my stuff. So then they gave me like a trip to Disney World for a week, and it was like all free. So that was the most exciting part.
Well, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. I want to show viewers, this is a really compelling photograph, and it's you along with many students from Goffstown High School, and you're all wearing black. And can you tell me a little bit about this photograph and why it was so important to you?
So in this photograph, if you remember about the Peshawar thing, like whatever happened, like terrorists, they attacked on the school. So there is a student in our exchange group, and he's placed in Chicago. So he actually started a campaign, which was actually for like wearing black to support the victims of like from our country. So it's just for like supporting them, and like so we just made that day, and we had like 3 days. So I asked my school, like students from my school as well, to like wear black, and then we in like for respecting them and for them like supporting them. We
so there's
wore black.
really, there's really no difference between this country and Pakistan. I mean, we all live in a world now where, unfortunately, there are terrorist acts and innocent people die because of them. And I think it was just, to me, it was a very compelling and an emotional type photograph, because it showed that it doesn't matter where you're from. It's human life is what matters. And that picture really spoke to me.
Yeah, because everyone is suffering actually. Like it's not like one is ruling, another one is suffering. We are all human beings, and we are all facing, like, even we don't support those terrorists, like, oh, you're from our country, like, or you're from other country, so we are supporting you. It's not like they're just not humans. I can say.
Yeah. So I want to go to this. You mentioned Disney, and so this next photograph is I believe is that you and the other students that went to Disney. So this is probably your first time, right? And so what was that like, coming from a country or a city of 23 million, and then you go to Disney? Tell us about that Disney experience.
Oh my gosh, it was huge.
Yeah.
Because I just thought that Disney is gonna be just Magic Kingdom and like a little big ground and that's it. But I didn't know that there's like Epcot and like Animal Kingdom and like other different areas and parks. So it was like pretty good experience in terms of having fun. Yes, I had a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of different students because we all were like finalists and we got selected. So we were like kind of extraordinary students, and we were so friendly, and everyone had like their special talent. So we had such a great time together. Also, Disney World trip was not only for having fun, it was also like a conference that we attended at that time. So it was the name actually the Better Understanding for a Better World. The short form is like BUBW conference. So it was also like about better understanding, as it says by its name.
Right.
So we attended some conferences, and plus we were just going to Disney and like having fun rides.
Now, in this next photograph, it's a group of students. Now, where was this taken, and can you tell us a little bit about? This was with other exchange students,
Yes.
correct? And what was this? Tell us a little about this picture.
So if you look at this picture, you would think that, oh, all of these students are Muslims because they all are wearing hijab. No, not all of them are Muslims. Like some are Jewish, some are Christians. And it's just like celebrating other religions, like that thing, and appreciating them. So it was actually the best part of my Disney trip. So we actually went to church, synagogue, and mosque. So we went to all three different like praying worship places, and we learned about their religion, and we appreciated. We asked questions. So that was the mosque one where we got a chance to listen to the imam, and we asked a lot of questions. They also hosted us, so that was the time we got like a lot of. We were taking selfies and pictures all over, and we were also like wearing. So if we are going to synagogue, the boys they were wearing that hat.
Yeah.
So we were just like appreciating wherever we were going, and at the end, that was the I think it sums up the everything of that trip. So at the end, we had a panel discussion where we had rabbi and priest and imam. So they were all sitting together, and then we were like talking about understanding and stuff. So that was actually the best part that I felt like it was.
What did you get out of that? I mean, were there major differences, do you think, between the three religions?
No, actually, because okay, so about Jewish, I did not even know a single thing about them. I did not even know what is their holy book and stuff. So I got to know about their religion a lot, but especially Christianity and Islam, it's like a lot similar. And the best thing that I just say, it doesn't matter what religion you are in, it's just like about your humanity, and all the religion, they teaches you the same thing. Every religion teaches you to speak truth. No, there's no any religion that is gonna teach you that, hey, speak lie, it's a good thing. So it's like every religion is good, and you don't really need to discriminate in terms of like religion, that, oh, you are that guy. So
it taught you tolerance, is that fair enough
to
say? So I found that it's very interesting that it sounds like you've had a lot of exposure to different religions. Do you have that in Pakistan? Are there many different religions, or not really?
Not really, because I think 97% of the people are Muslims, and actually that is the reason why Pakistan came into being. We actually stood up for our independence, and we wanted a separate religion. Actually, you know what? Like Pakistan's actual name, like official name, is Islamic Republic of Pakistan.
Okay.
So and like most of the people just call it by Pakistan. So it was actually came into being on the base of like for Muslims and for their independence in a country.
Interesting. So I know that your experiences here in the United States, they're kind of winding down because you're going to be heading back in another less than 2 months, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to be like the biggest, memory, the fondest memory that you've had since you've been here in the United States?
So I can say like my biggest memory is spending my time like with my host family, because seriously, these are the people I can say they're the most like they welcome me, they open their houses for me. So I totally respect them, and they just like made me a part of their family. So I'm gonna miss them a lot, and my friends, because I made so many friends here.
I can see why you're so outgoing, and you're just so intelligent, and you're just a very dynamic person.
Thank you.
Now, what are your aspirations? You're going to go back to Pakistan and continue with your schooling. Do you have any aspirations to coming back to the United States to maybe go to college, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so once I'll be back, so I'm gonna like search for other scholarships and stuff. And if I'll get a scholarship, so I would definitely come. I would love to come back and study here.
So if there's anybody who's going to watch this video, and if they want to help you,
oh yeah, please help me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I want to thank you, Hiba. Obviously, again, you're an extremely energetic and just bright young lady who I think has an incredible future, and I know you're going to be successful no matter what you do into the future. So again, thank you so much. I hope you had an enjoyable time here in the United States, and please come back to Goffstown and New Boston if you ever come back to the United States, and we would love to see you again.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
All right. And thank all of you. Again, just a great opportunity to chat with Hiba, and I look forward to seeing you on my next episode of That's Gross. Thank you.